All right, kids, welcome to this week's Disney Parks Podcast news show. In today's show, we have news about Trails End Restaurant to close. That's right, we said it closed this spring at Walt Disney World. We have top 4 things to know before you go on Tron Light Cycle Run opens, and then first look at Woody's Roundup Rodeo Barbecue menu opening up March 22nd. Headline news, trivia, and so much more on this week's Disney Parks Podcast.
Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast with your hosts, Tony Casanova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. And get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
All right, welcome to this week's Disney Parks Podcast. Did we do anything fun Disney this week? No, really.
No, we didn't.
We did not. We did not, but...
We are preparing for a cruise this weekend for
Ding,
the
ding, ding, ding,
following 7 days.
We are going on the Disney Fantasy 7 days to the Caribbean, and it's a Pixar Day at Sea. That will be fun. It will be exciting. So you're going to have to tune in, maybe next week. It'll be sometime next week. Tune in next week, and we will give you all the details on this. I think this is only going to March, right?
Yes.
On select dates at a Port Canaveral here in Florida to do this Pixar Day at Sea. So it's not every day. If you want to go out of Port Canaveral, it's going to be on the Wish, and we told you all about that. Do we have anything else we need to talk about?
No.
Nope. All right, let's get into the news.
And now, Disney Parks Podcast News.
Well, this is very sad because I like this restaurant. Trails End Restaurant is going to close this spring at Walt Disney World. We have a bit of disappointing news to share this afternoon about a fan favorite dining location at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground at Walt Disney World. Trails End Restaurant will be closing this spring. When it reopens later this year, it will have a marketplace concept with expanded quick service options, but table service will no longer be available. There's no word yet on what will happen with P&J's Southern Takeout, but according to online reports, the Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review will not be affected.
Okay, cool. That is a very... I do like that place, too.
Mm-hmm.
My only slight complaint is that it's a little difficult to get to.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's the only restaurant on property.
Yeah.
Everything, there's not very much to choose from there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess my sadness is for the campers that are going to, be camping there. It's, Trails End is the only sit-down restaurant currently there. Unless you want to sit down and Hoop-Dee-Doo, but that's a hard ticket to get. And it's also expensive. So if you want to just grab a fairly good meal, you would go to Trails End. And now they're removing that, and they're going to replace it with a giant grab-and-go. And I just think, well, that's sad because now they have no place to stay at their resort and do it. So I don't know. I really think it needs to be a restaurant. And the other question before you go on Tron Light Cycle Run when it opens on April 4th. Join Team Blue on, guess what? The virtual queue. When Tron Light Cycle Run opens up, it will use a virtual queue only allowing guests the opportunity to experience the attraction later in the day and enjoy all that the Magic Kingdom has to offer while they wait to enter the grid. Guests with a valid ticket or pass and a theme park reservation, it's a nice combo, for the Magic Kingdom, not for some other park, for the same date, can set up for their virtual queue. Standby queue, like I said, will not be available. So, well, they have not said like when the times are, but I'm going to assume it's going to be like everything else that's started up, something at 7 a.m. and then something at 2 p.m. for the park hoppers, so they can get into the virtual queue as well. So, stay tuned for more on that once it opens up. Number 2, individual Lightning Lane entry guests may also have the option to purchase additional or a la carte Lightning Lane entry in the My Disney Experience app. On the day of their visit, Team Blue recruits with a valid admission and a park reservation for MK on the same day may visit Disney Genie Service tip board in the app to choose an arrival window and make their purchase before joining the high-speed race. Now, just a thing there, you have to purchase Disney Genie for the day, and then you can purchase the a la carte or the Lightning Lane. So, just be warned, that is, I think, what is it now? It's priced by day now. I think it's $20 to $25 per person per day. Number 3, apparently they're pulling a page out of the Universal book, and there will be a new locker system at Tron, because apparently stuff is going to fly off you. So this is new. It's a double-sided and digitized locker system will be used to store bags and loose items while guests race their life cycle. Inside the attraction queue, these complimentary lockers pair directly with your Magic Band or your Magic Band Plus or your ticket media, so guests can lock the door and reopen the door when you're done. Guests without a Magic Band or other ticket media, such as a card, will be provided a card and assigned their locker. All items must be placed in their locker before the guests board the light cycle or in a small compartment located on the attraction vehicle, which can hold small things as cell phones, glasses, or wallets. So be prepared for that. That's going to be a fun little new wrinkle in Disney's queue lines. But when they say it's in the queue line, is it accessible that after I exit, I can still get to that part? I'm assuming I can. To get my stuff out, right? I don't want to go back through the queue to get my stuff. Anyway, we'll see. Maybe that's what held up the construction. And last but not least, Disney Photo Pass photo and video offerings. So guests can relive their race through the dark, computerized world when they preview an onboard photo and video automatically linked to your Disney experience. Use any eligible device enabled with Bluetooth for the My Disney Experience app before riding. Make sure you were logged into your Disney Experience app sometime earlier that day, and keep that device out of low power mode. Make sure that the mobile device boards the light cycle with you and is safely stored in the little light cycle compartment. Or wear your Magic Band or your Magic Band Plus.
Is that something extra we have to pay for, or is it going to be free?
I'm sure you're going to have to pay for it. It's not going to be...
Just like the pictures.
Yeah, it's not going to be free. Nothing is free, honey.
New mobile order locations at Disney Springs added to My Disney Experience app. There are many convenient features of the My Disney Experience app that extend beyond the theme parks. With mobile order, merchandise mobile checkout, and car locator, using the My Disney Experience app at Disney Springs is one of our favorite insider tips. And beginning today, 2 additional locations at Disney Springs now offer mobile order: B.B. Wolf's Sausage Company and Amaret's Patisserie. With mobile order, guests can save time, skip the line, and head directly to pickup counter at some of our favorite dining locations, including B.B. Wolf's Sausage Company, Amaret's Patisserie, Deluxe Burger, Disney's Candy Cauldron, and Goofy's Candy Company. Guests can navigate to mobile order by selecting the plus sign on the home page and order food, or by selecting mobile food orders from the menu. Then they can select an arrival window at their restaurant of choice and follow the steps to place their order.
I love mobile order.
Yeah, it's great. It's convenient.
Very much so. This way you don't have to wait and stand in lines and all that other stuff that Disney makes you do. Stand there. No, stand there. Come over here. Order there. All gone. I like that Amorette's has it because there's always a line there.
Always, yeah.
So now we'll actually be able to get some dessert on our way home.
Yes.
Something we like to do. All right, let's talk about Roundup Rodeo Barbecue opening this March 23rd. This is going to open up in Toy Story Land. It will be obviously Woody Toy Story themed, and it will be right there in the land. It will be a sit-down restaurant. So, we all asked for it, and now we're going to get it. So, let's talk about some of the things. Guests can start with Prospector's homemade cheddar biscuits served with sweet pepper jelly. They're also delicious that guests might be tempted to fill up on them, but you might want to save room for some of the other stuff. You have a tomato salad. You have Rex's romaine and kale salad and a watermelon salad. Those all sound lovely. Guests can also enjoy hearty servings of house smoked meats, which include Evil Dr. Smoked ribs. You have Buttercup's beef brisket. Then there's Sausage in My Boot, which is a spiced pork sausage. And barbecue chicken, which was brined for 48 hours and rubbed with the secret barbecue spice and smoked to tender juiciness. You also get 4 sides for the table, and they are married spuds, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. They come loaded potato barrels drizzled with green goddess dressing, cheese sauce, and seasoned barbecued spices. You have force field fried pickles. You have the Slinky Dog mac and cheese. Buckin baked beans. Cowpoke corn on a cob. Mean old potato salad. Veggie slaw. And campfire roasted vegetables. So, any of those sound good to you, hon? What are you in the mood for?
Maybe the spuds.
Spuds. Yeah, spuds sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a huge fried pickle fan, and I think the potato salad might be interesting. All right, 2 potato things. Great. Guests can choose from a selection for their table of desserts. You have, so apparently it's going to be served family style, but sit down. So you have cupcake a la forky, lemon and blueberry cheesecake, Billy's chocolate silk pie, Goat's apple pie, and Gruff's peach strawberry pie. So that all sounds like a bunch of good stuff. I can't wait to enjoy it. It should be awesome. I'm glad there's a restaurant there because I'm tired of walking to the commissary every time I want food.
They need something in that land.
Yep.
They need more seating.
Yeah. I hope it's huge.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good. Okay, so new details of Tokyo Disney's Resort 40th anniversary celebration revealed. The long-awaited 40th anniversary celebration will soon kick off at Tokyo Disney Resort on April 15th, 2023 through March 31st, 2024. Tokyo Disney Resort 40th anniversary Dream Go Round will welcome an all-new daytime parade, decorations adorning both Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea, plus special food and merchandise. A fitting number 40 will embellish Cinderella Castle, which has welcomed guests since the park's opening on April 15, 1983. A host of all-new entertainment is taking center stage, including Disney Harmony in Color, the first new daytime parade in 5 years at Tokyo Disneyland, showcasing themes of adventure, courage, family bonds, and friendship from Walt Disney Animation Studios and Pixar Animation Studio films. The parade will open with Tinkerbell atop a rainbow-colored float adorned with beautiful petals. Not only will the magnificent floats be filled with familiar friends of Tokyo Disney Resort, new ones are joining too, including Vanellope and Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph, Wasabi, Fred, Honey Lemon, and Go-Go from Big Hero 6, and more. Over in Tomorrowland at Showbase, a special 40th anniversary version of Club Mouse Beat will debut with Mickey Mouse and his friends, showcasing their best moves set to varying musical styles such as hip-hop, Latin, and pop. To close out the show, it's the grand finale. They're sporting their 40th theme outfits to the 40th anniversary theme song.
Yeah, very cool. Tokyo Disney gets some pretty cool things.
They sure do.
Yeah, so. All right, hey, last week, kids, we had a trivia question. It was, in the 2003 movie Finding Nemo, which character said the line, "I look at you, and I am home"? The correct answer was... Dory.
Dory.
Wow.
Winner.
Dory, and the winner is Steve P. And as we like to say, Steve, it's in the mail. Keeping with our Pixar theme, this week's trivia question is, what is the name of the penguin from Toy Story 2? The name of the penguin from Toy Story 2. If you think you are smart enough to know the answer, send that to DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com. All right, next up, something that has been talked about for years at Walt Disney World, and only happened one time at Christmas, is drones. I mean, Walmart had a traveling show during the pandemic. There was a talk of a drone show at Epcot where they'd fly off from the American Adventure Pavilion onto the lagoon and perform a whole big show there. And they felt that that was fairly safe because, they were over water, so if something happened and they fell out of the sky, it wouldn't, fall onto somebody. And, when the drones took off, they would kind of just close off a certain part of the walkway so that the drones could get to the water safely. Never happened. But the Avengers Power the Night drone show is happening at Disneyland Paris Resort. So starting on January 28th, the new Avengers Power the Night drone show will debut at the Walt Disney Studios Park at Disneyland Paris. Avengers Power the Night will be the first Marvel drone show ever performed daily in a Disney theme park. And for the Disneyland Paris Resort, this drone show is the grand finale of the resort's 30th anniversary. 500 drones will take to the sky, forming recognizable characters and moments from Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Tower of Terror's attraction facade will also be illuminated with a new laser projection, along with spotlights from fireworks. Will also create one super nighttime spectacular. Disneyland Paris's TikTok account has a glimpse, so go check that out over at TikTok. Look for Disneyland Paris. Rocket and Groot projected onto the Tower of Terror for some of the show. Avengers Campus at Walt Disney World Studios Park had a special land opening show, Avengers Assemble. This nighttime mini show began with Doctor Strange opening a interdimensional portal, where we can see this upcoming Avengers drone show also features Doctor Strange in the interdimensional portals. Say that 10 times fast. This sequence could once again be used to start the show with the drones coming and illuminating for the first time. So yeah, I think this is going to be very cool. I hope, we have nothing at nighttime. We have some fireworks to the Magic Kingdom, that's it. Everything goes away. So it'd be great if they brought something like this to a park. I don't care where. Just bring it to a park. Something. And can we please get a new parade somewhere? A new parade. Let's stop bringing the old ones out. Anyway, we celebrated 50th with no new fireworks, no new parades. Just saying.
Well, welcoming Te Fiti to Epcot. We recently welcomed Te Fiti to the World Nature neighborhood of Epcot and Journey of Water, inspired by Moana, and we are thrilled to be celebrating this moment. Our team of Imagineers have been working to bring Te Fiti to life for years, and we are excited to share this sneak peek of her as the work continues to happen along the waterways and landscape areas within Journey of Water. The development of Te Fiti and her pose was a close collaboration with Walt Disney Animation Studios and its creative legacy team. As guests walk along the trail, they will come across Te Fiti, who is seen protecting water as it travels through the water cycle. Along with Moana as a steward of water conservation, Te Fiti is a symbol of how we should protect and nurture water wherever we find it. This is an important theme in Journey of Water, where guests will learn more about how water travels from our skies to the oceans and back again. This story will unfold along a lush trail inspired by the environments of art style of the beloved Walt Disney Animation Studios film. That sounds pretty neat.
Yeah.
We need to bring a little bit of education back to the Epcot.
Yep. A little edutainment.
There we go.
As Mr. Eisner used
Yeah.
to call it back in the day. All right, kids, how about a little headline news? Boop, 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 boop. All right, hey, anyway, headline news. Let's talk about this. Disneyland Half Marathon weekend is returning. So they're having marathons at Disneyland again. That's pretty cool. If you go to Aulani, you will get a free Aulani print, which is distributed to all the guests there. So if you go, take a picture and post it, because I'd like to see it. I didn't really get a picture of it. If you are a DVC person, Kidani Village roof replacement begins February 1st, so they're going to replace the roof over there. So there may be some construction noise and stuff. Disney also began cataloging all the Splash Mountain props ahead of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So they kind of tagged everything, and it'll be cataloged and either sold or put in the archives. So we'll see. We'll see what winds up on the open market or at auction, and maybe you can buy a little bit of Splash Mountain. There were people I read online that were taking water from Splash Mountain and then selling it on eBay. Like, okay, how would you know that that water was from Splash Mountain or from the tap? Really, people? Are you that silly? Alright, anyway. Don't buy the water. China Pavilion is repaving project continues, introducing new theming and textures over at Epcot. I haven't seen that yet, but it sounds like it's a pretty big project. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is open now at Disneyland Park. That's the one on the West Coast. So they have their own little runaway train now. And the Walt Disney Company led all studios with 22 Academy Award nominations, which are coming up. So that's a lot. That's a lot of awards. And then Avatar: The Way of Water crossed the $2 billion mark worldwide. $2 billion. That's a lot of people willing to sit through a 3-hour movie. I'm just saying. Let's see, 3 billion divided by 2. Yeah, that's a lot of people. And then, hey, there's a new family-friendly entertainment at Disney Springs Kids Club. This is on Sunday mornings at the Stage by World of Disney, where they will have a high-energy kids performance there. What do you think of that, huh?
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, that's what I say. All right, kids, as we'd like to say around here, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for... Hey, if you do, please go and join us over at Patreon. We have 2 additional shows that you can subscribe to. That is at patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. If you have anything that you'd like to send us, send it over to DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com. And as we'd like to say around here, we'll see you in the parks.